Alright, so I'm making my own fletched arrows here. I have my wraps put on. I'll show you those in a second, but right now I'm just putting these inserts in, putting this glue on them. This boning iron insert seems to be really good. I tried one experiment with them and they didn't come off, but you know, what's kind of weird on these is, like, you know, this doesn't really touch the inside of the arrow very much, these inserts. It's really the only part that touches it is the very end. So I put a little extra glue there and just let it glob in there and hold it, if you can see that. But it's like, I don't know, I thought more of this part would touch the arrow, and it doesn't. Just bought these cheaper ones here. I guess they're cheap, I don't know. But you can see when I put them in there, they just, you know, they don't really touch. The only part that really touches is that shiny silver part. See that? That's the only part that really seems to grab. You know, they have all this rough stuff here. I'm not sure what that really does, but I still glue it up anyway. But the only thing about this glue is it takes 24 hours to dry. So if you're planning on shooting same day, you can forget that. Just try to be fairly liberal with it. Make sure a lot gets on that silver part. And I just turn it upside down, and then I just kind of stick an arrow on it. If I can get it on there. There we go. You can see there's a little extra glue on the end. I guess that's what you want. Just kind of rub it off a little bit and take some microfiber here and touch it up a little bit. Make sure it's seated good. Let it sit. Okay, so I'm going to show you what these arrows are going to look like. These are really cool. I thought I made these wraps, and got one a little messed up right there, but I'm going to tell you why later. It's because of this one jig I was using, which is total crap. But I think these look pretty nice. These I love these Black Eagle carnivore arrows. But man, that's a pretty nice little wrap there. But I'm going to show you why I don't like that Arizona Easy Fletch. I think that is a piece of junk, and I'm going to show you why. Alright, so I'm gonna show you why I think this Easy Fletch Pro just absolutely sucks. Let me show you what I don't like about it and the problem I was running into. Take this one out of the box, but it's going back. Here's what I didn't really like about this one. Number one, when you put that fletching glue on here, as soon as it makes contact with my arrow, it wants to start grabbing immediately. And this design where you push up here from the bottom and go like this and close. All right, see what happened right there? It doesn't close evenly. So now I'm struggling to get it all lined up, and by the time I do, it's already off-centered and all jacked up and doesn't fletch them straight. That is just annoying. And here's the other thing which I don't understand. If you're going to make a product where you have to push up on it, why make it hollow? Where your thumb just, I don't understand that. Yeah, I know you can do it on the table, but you see that's the problem, is when they just don't work that great. See, when I close this thing, see, it just doesn't close evenly, and you got to force it with your hand. It's even worse when you put an arrow in here. And here's the other thing that I absolutely did not like about it. This is made for the carbons, but you see how small that hole is? I kind of did figure out you can kind of bend these down and jack them up. but I don't know if you can see how sharp that is in there. Well, what was happening is when I would have my arrows wrapped, it would start gouging the wraps, and when I would try to get in there, it was wanting to peel the wrap up. I mean, maybe this works a lot better if you're not using wraps, but it was just absolutely horrible for me. I just didn't like it. Wasn't one-handed operation. If I had 3 hands, it'd probably be okay where I could, you know, baby this up while I do it. But it's just, I don't know. It just did not work for me. Like I say, the biggest problem was if I could get it to close evenly. See, that time it closed evenly. Other times, especially, maybe it's different when arrows are in it, but it just wouldn't close. I mean, I would get it and it would be closing like this in all bizarre ways. And anyway, I just got tired of fighting it. So I'm ordering a new fletching tool, and I'm going to show you what I've decided to get. And it might, I think it's even going to be more precise. And that's the other thing that I really didn't like about it. When you put the veins in, I don't know, I just couldn't really, it's supposed to go that way. I couldn't, sometimes like, see, that one's not wanting to go down all the way, and others went down further. Now see, this one's stopping like right here where it couldn't go all the way. The other one I had, it would, when I would put the veins in here, some would go down further than others. I had 2 of these jigs. I've already sent the other one back. This is one I ordered by accident. It had a little helical twist, which I didn't really like. But see, like this one here, see, you can get it to go down further. So there's just, that's the other thing. It's like it just doesn't, it's just not precise. You can't really tell how far, you know, your fletching wants to go down. See, like this one, see, it has a gap in it right there, if you can see that. The little gap right here on the end. I'm going to move this around where I can see, but you see that little gap that's right here? Well, the other one, it went all the way to the bottom, and some of them it went further than others. And I don't know, it's just a cheap, poor design, and I'm not happy with it at all. So anyhow, this thing is, they're all going back. Okay, so you saw my rant on the easy jig. And this is what I went with. The Decut. And I have fletched about 4 arrows with it so far, and yeah, I like it. It seems to get the job done. Like anything, there's a little bit of a learning curve with it. The thing that I thought that was a little bizarre was the play here in the front. You know, I thought when I would drop it right in that it would just, you know, just lock into place, but sorry, there's not an arrow there. But the magnet holds it, it lines it up on the back part where the fletching is, but it doesn't do anything with the front. See how it'll wobble there? Which, I mean, I learned to deal with that. It's okay, but I don't know. I don't really understand the manufacturing process, why they would do that. But anyway, you can adjust it for different, I think, what is that, helical twists, and just set the back up right there in on that little 0 mark. And the clamp is good and strong. It's like a polymer plastic. The reviews I saw said carbon fiber, but I don't know if that's really carbon fiber. I mean, but it works. I mean, it's not the, you know, probably as good as a Bitzenberger or something, but I mean, it gets the job done. You can see right in there where you knock it. But overall, I do like it. It's been pretty precise. So I'm going to show you a little quick rundown on how to use this little guy, and see how it comes out. Alright, so this is how it works. Once you get your arrow knocked in there, basically, you know, this is the little clip that it comes with. So I'm trying to do this over the camera, which makes it a little more difficult. Anyhow, once you need to set it up first and get it, check your marks so you can see, where you want your fletching to start or end or begin or something, whatever you want to call it. I determined for me that first big mark right there works for my fletchings. And so what I've been doing here, and again, this is my first time making my own custom arrows, is take this little priming pad here and prime these things. And then I'm using this fuse fletch from Boning. It seems to work pretty good. You'll notice, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've got a little pin here because you gotta poke a hole. I mean, if you get done using it, you gotta poke a hole in that thing so you can get the glue to come out. I've done a few tests with this thing, so it's already kind of getting boogered up, but there, it's starting to flow out now. I just kind of try to fill it up here as the best I can. I'm certainly no expert at this, my first time, but basically I just kind of move it over until I see that everything is shiny, good and shiny. And then what I do is you just drop it in. You feel on the right side, that's where the magnet is. So just keep your hands over on that side and just let it fall right into place, and that magnet will kind of guide it right down. And I give it about I don't know, 3 to 4 seconds here, and just kind of let it dry with a little pressure. And then I've been unclipping it like so, lifting up, and got a beautiful fletch there. Works great. Fairly positive click when you turn it, so you can get that little click there, and you're on the next spot. So then I'm gonna go ahead again, put my fletch here on the correct number. And it clamps good and strong, so I like that. Go ahead and give it a little prime here. Well, maybe I should be waiting longer after the prime, I don't know, but I just do it. It hasn't seemed to hurt anything yet. Okay, and again I'm gonna give it a little bit of glue here, and I don't like to overdo it on the glue. I notice if you put just a little, then wait and let it kind of spread it out a little, it seems to work. Just make sure that the ends and the fronts got good glue on them, because that's where it's going to start peeling if it does. So now I got a good coat on there. Alright, same thing. I'm going to let that magnet kind of guide me down there and just come straight on down with it and give it a little pressure. And I give that about another 2 or 3 seconds. Not pushing real hard, just steady, firm pressure. Seems to work. Okay, now let up. Open that clamp and lift it right up from that magnet. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to give it one more click. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and line up on my mark there, like so. Give it a little prime. Okay. Now one thing I did notice on these white fletchings, that is probably just my old eyes, but I've been having to put some glasses on for those in like 4 powers, because that glue just does not want to show up like it does on that red. So I got to get really close to this fletching here to see it. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to drop that one in. Let that magnet line me right up there. There we go. Give it a little bit of pressure. Sometimes if I see a little glue, oozing out the sides, I give it a little wipe. But so far I've been doing it like this, and I really haven't been getting a lot of extra glue coming out. So there we go. Alright, so let's take a look at that. Wow, that is just That is a good looking arrow right there. Look at that. And it's not pinching my wrapping, and it's very, very precise. And I think that's going to fly really, really nice. Again, this is I selected these carnivore black eagles. Just really like these. They're not super expensive, and these are 350 spine, 0.003 in straightness. My first set of these I had, they had the 001s in stock, and you know, I'm just really not a good enough archer that a 001 is worth the money for me. I shoot just as good at lousy groups with these as the lousy groups I shoot with the 001s. But anyway, I just wanted to play around and with a fletching tool and make my own arrows. And I'll show you a few more of these all kind of grouped together here so you can see them. And they're just really cool looking. I think it's a nice color combination. I picked my own wrap and style of fletchings that I wanted, and just went for it. So it's a lot of fun. I think there's some satisfaction in making your own arrows that you're going to shoot at an animal with. No question about it. So let's weigh these arrows now, and let's see what we get on these compared to the other ones I've been using. All right. So I got a dozen of these made up, and I'm going to put a field tip on this thing here so we can get the 100 grain field point. We can see what these things are going to weigh. Get it over here now with that field point on there. There we go. 367 grains. So that's going to be a smoking fast arrow out of my 60-pound draw. And you know, I like shooting light arrows. I'm going to be shooting at some nice whitetails with these. People say I'm way underweight, but I just don't believe it. Only time will tell. But anyway, that's my journey so far, trying my hand at making my own arrows.